Okay, so here's the thing. This is me making the best out of a poor job, or trying to. This video that I'm about to show you, or share with you, has no sound. And the reason it has no sound is because Muggins here either didn't turn the microphone on, or I didn't turn the receiver on the camera. So there's no sound. But it was a bit of a story, and some of you may find this quite entertaining, and it was just too good not to tell it. So I'll briefly tell you the story now, or the backstory even, and then you can see what I did to try and rectify the mistake that I made. Early part of this year, we had some rough weather. It was quite wet, some rough weather, and a large chestnut tree went down up in the town on a place called Marchese Walk. We went in and cleared the tree up because it was blocking the footpaths, but we left the stump. The reason we left the stump is because it was on quite a slope. There's a stream below and the footpaths, and to try and get it out while it was wet was just going to make a mess, just going to make an awful mess. The stump was fairly well still stuck in the ground. There were still roots in the ground, so it wasn't going anywhere. So we decided to leave it till the summer, and that's what we did. We had a plan anyway. So do you remember Chris, the Manitou pilot, who helped us build our barns down there? If you don't, I'll put a link up here and you can look back at when we built the barns down there. There's a whole raft of videos on the playlist. So we arranged for Chris to come in, and with his Manitou, he can get to the stump, boom out, grab the stump, because it's too heavy for my skid steer and too heavy for the Doosan to move out. Grab the stump, pick it up, put it in his trailer and come back here, which is what he did. And that all went pretty smooth, really. You know, it was tight up there, but he got it out, and I came home and the stump was in his trailer in my yard. Chris was still here. And we looked at the stump and he said to me, he said, "That was a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be." And I looked at it, I said, "That's a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be." It was a lump. We'll see it, it was a lump. And I said to him, "Do you reckon that's going to tip out of that trailer?" He goes, "Yeah, it'll be all right. Should be all right." Okay, we said. Chris went home. The idea being, I had the topper on at the time, I would take the topper off, tip the stump off the trailer and take his trailer home for him. That was the plan. So, took the topper off, put the trailer on, connected it all up to the tractor, went down, I'd already decided where I was going to put this stump out of the way, went down, started tipping it off, thinking if it slides out as it was on the trailer, it will go out for the door, no problem, it would just slide out the door. Well, it didn't. It started to slide and then it tipped up. So it was jammed. I mean, properly jammed. It wasn't coming out. It would have gone out sideways, but as it stood up, it wasn't coming out. I tried jiggling it and backwards and forwards and on with the brakes. No, not happening. So I had two choices. Choice one was to undo the bolts and tap the bolts out and see if I could get the tailgate off the trailer. Well, that felt inherently dangerous. Or second one was to come up and get my digger, the little Doosan, and track that down there and see if I can tickle it out of the trailer with the digger. And this is kind of the adventure I had with the Doosan, trying to get the stump out of a trailer that was stuck up in the air. I could not get the trailer back down, it was up there. Okay, the only way to get the trailer down was to get the stump out. So this is how I did it. Roll the video. So this is basically me starting off the conversation with telling you what I've done, how I've done it, and how I'm going to try and solve the problem without killing myself. Because that is the most important thing, is kind of not dying. So the journey down to the tractor and trailer, I'm just giving you a load of excuses as to why I got it wrong, how I got it wrong, and how it wasn't really my fault. Unfortunately for me though, the evidence is pretty clear who got this wrong and who cocked up, and I can't actually blame anybody else. No, it was me. It was me. I misjudged this completely. Although we'll try and convince you, it wasn't my fault. It was actually the log's fault. If it hadn't been for the log tipping up, it would have come out there perfectly in one go. Honestly, it would. Anyway, the damage was done. I can't get it out of there. I'm not going to risk trying to take the tailboard off the trailer because I reckon that would be just foolish, dangerous, and end up with me in a hospital or a wooden box. So this was the next best option I had. Bring the doosan down, catch hold of the thing with the bucket and give it a nudge. I reckon if I could just put it sideways, it would actually fall out of the trailer. And I'm pleased to say I was right. That actually came out of there a lot easier than I thought it was going to, so I can actually give myself a little pat on the back and maybe even allow myself a little bit of gloaty time. So it worked, I'm still alive, I'm not dead, and all I got to do now is get it the rest away out of that trailer. It is actually on the floor now, so I reckon that's about as close as I'm going to get. I just got to get out the machine and maybe pull away with the tractor. Yeah, it's on the deck. There's nothing else I can do. Exactly. The only thing I can do now is drive away and see if it falls out the back of the trailer. Fingers crossed this works, because if it doesn't, I don't really have a plan B. So I think we're okay. Yeah, he's out. I can't actually see it from the tractor cab, and I'm trying to stop the tailgate from banging down too hard, so we'll drop the trailer down a little bit, and then when we're down we'll pull forward and just see where we are. Look at that, nice and gentle. It's almost like I knew what I was doing. Almost. Look at that, it's out. Well, that was the hard bit. All I've got to do now is push it in the hedge out the way, he says. Bit of fettling with the doosan, I'll soon have that rolled over out the way. It is a big stump. I wouldn't want to move anything a lot bigger than this with the machine, but you know what? Took it all in its stride. No problem at all. It's like, yeah, you can enjoy it. One final push into the hedge, get it out the way. That can now sit in there for the next 5, 6, 10 years and rot away quietly, creating a bit of habitat for some of our beetles and other invertebrates. That's it, job done. I can now trap myself back up the house, put this machine away, and then come back down and recover the tractor before the cattle spot it, because we do not want the cattle around the tractor. So the cattle actually shot out in the field not long after I came through with the digger, so I know they're out here, and I just got to get down there now before... Oh, hello girl, you alright? No. Alright. Got to get down there before anybody starts licking things. Cattle like to lick things. Oh yeah, that's the state of our grass. There isn't much of it. It's still some life, but... Oh, hello, another girl. Hello, darling. You alright? Right, I need to up my pace a bit because the cattle are starting to congregate around the tractor. I do not want them licking it. Come on, you lot. Shift it. Get out of it. Move it. Go on. Hop it. Go away. That's it. We do not want cattle destroying my tractor. Alright, just time for a bit more self-congratulation on successfully completing the task without killing myself and getting hold of the tractor before the cattle managed to destroy it. Home time. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry there was no proper audio on this video. It is my fault for not switching things on, but you know what? It was better than no video at all. I'll see you next time. Cheers, folks.